Hey, I'm Daniel Roberts, and this video is going to be a tour of Newberg, Oregon, which is located about 45 minutes from downtown Portland. It's also about 90 minutes from the beach, 90 minutes from Mount Hood. So I'm going to be taking you through some of the most iconic spots, some of the highlights of this town. There's way more than I can cover in this video, but this is just going to be some of the highlights. So I hope you enjoy the video. So the first thing I want to show you is one of only a couple drive-in theaters in all of Oregon, and this is the 99W Drive-In Theater. So what's fun about this theater is that they play two movies back to back. So it starts at dark, and just so you know, if you want to watch both movies, don't plan on being home before midnight, especially in the summer months, because it goes pretty long. But this is a really popular spot, like I mentioned, and cars line up for over half a mile waiting in line to get in here. So if you're visiting Newberg or you live here and haven't checked it out yet, you have to check it out because it's a really great idea for a date night or just a fun activity that anyone can enjoy. One of the things that makes Newberg so special is George Fox University, and it's actually the start of my journey to Newberg. So back in 2011, I came here to be part of George Fox's amazing mechanical engineering program and graduated as an engineer in 2015. So how I became a realtor from being a mechanical engineer is a different story. But needless to say, George Fox does an amazing job of developing professionals and putting them right here in this community, because many of the people who graduate from George Fox stay right here in Newberg. So this is a great thing for the town because businesses are continually getting new professionals to come and have high-paying jobs and really just do great things all across town and the whole region. George Fox is also an amazing resource for local businesses because it has amazing internship programs and tons of students that need internships to help businesses. In fact, my intern who's filming this is Mason right here, and he's done an amazing job of helping me do my social media and do videos like this one. So one of the other things that we'll talk about is my podcast, the Giving Town podcast, and Mason has done an awesome job of putting that together and really making it better than I could ever make it. I'm here in downtown Newberg, which is actually one of the more historic downtowns in the entire area. What's cool about downtown is there's something for everyone to do. There's local coffee shops like Chapters, which is probably one of my personal favorites because they have lots of great books, and I love books. There's also art galleries, wineries, restaurants, and something, again, for everyone to do. One of the other great things about Newberg is every first Friday they host what's called First Fridays. And that's something where there's local vendors and other local artists will come out and put out their stuff. So it's a fun time for everyone to walk around town and just enjoy themselves. One of the other great things about downtown Newberg is that just recently the Chehalem Valley Chamber of Commerce, which is right behind me, built a brand new building so that the visitor center is now right in the heart of downtown. Now, I just slipped on my badge here because I'm actually an ambassador for the Chamber of Commerce. So part of one of my jobs is to promote the downtown, the local business here, which is part of what I do with this YouTube channel. One of the great things that if you're visiting Newberg or if you live here or want to learn more information about this awesome town is right inside the visitor center. One, there's amazing staff there, but there's tons of great resources about the wineries, the businesses, the activities, the tour guides, all kinds of things that you can find. So if you're in Newberg and have not yet visited the Chamber Visitor Center, you got to do that. So this is the Chehalem Cultural Center. Now, this is a building that many people have seen, but a lot of people don't really know what it does or what its purpose is. So one of the great things here is that this is where a lot of events happen in Newberg. And they always have different programs, whether it's a gala, whether it's an auction, or whether it's just a fun concert, something like that. There's always something happening here. So this is a great resource as well. It also happens to be right across from the public library, and there's a great park. So this is like really one of the downtown hubs for a lot of families in Newberg. Another really cool thing is that there's a lot of new developments happening here. The entire upstairs is currently being developed. There's going to be a new theater, there's going to be a lot of studios and areas that are rented out to the community, and it's just going to be a really great opportunity for the community to get even more involved and experience some of the great events downtown in Newberg. The Allison Inn is one of the best luxury hotels in all of Oregon, and that's a fact that many people aren't quite aware of. In fact, the Allison Inn could kind of be considered one of the crown jewels of Newberg. It's rated as one of the best hotels for a really good reason too. The restaurant, The Jory, has some of the best food in the area. And it's got great walking trails and just amazing all-around experience for the guests here. Celebrities from all over the country come here to stay and visit the Oregon wine country. And that's a really good segue into the fact that Newberg is really the gateway into Oregon's wine country. Oregon has some of the best Pinot Noir in the entire world, but it also has wines for any wine lover. Now, within just a short distance of Newberg, there's over 100 wineries, and only the most dedicated connoisseurs of wine would be able to visit them all. So no matter who you are, no matter what kind of wine you like, there's something for you to love here. An interesting fact about the Allison is that it was created by the Austin family, the same Austin family that created A-dec just down the road. In fact, A-dec stands for Austin Dental Equipment Company, and it's one of the largest dental equipment suppliers in the world. The Austin family is also behind the Springbrook master plan, which would be the largest development in Newberg. Now, this has been in development for a long time, really since prior to 2008 and 9. There's been quite a few hiccups along the way, but if this was implemented, it would be one of the best things for Newberg. There'd be hundreds of new homes, and it would allow thousands of people to move to the area. So it's not quite certain what's ultimately going to happen with this, but you can see this giant field over here and several other areas around here would be developed into usable land, including new homes, new shopping centers, and lots of great things for the community. Rogers Landing is Newberg's access to the Willamette River, which is right behind me. So all summer long, people bring their boats down to do all kind of boating activities in the river. Now, on the other side of the landing is a beach where people can bring their kids. They can do all kinds of berry picking during the summer. They can walk on trails. So it's a great spot all summer long to come and hang out. One of the things about Rogers Landing that is pretty cool also is that it's part of the Newberg's Riverfront Master Plan, which you can kind of see some of these pictures here of what this could look like. Now, it's not known exactly when or how this is going to happen, but we've included a link to the whole plan that you can check out if you're interested in learning more about it. So behind me is the site of the paper mill that was actually one of Newberg's largest employers. It was bought in 2015 by a company called Westrock. They proceeded to fire all the employees, pretty much shut down the company, and they refused to sell it to another paper company. So I don't know all the inside dealings of what happened, but I have no trouble saying it was a shady deal and them basically trying to become a monopoly. But the good news is that in 2020, the mill was bought by a company called Commercial Development Company based out of St. Louis. And they have a track record for taking sites like this that basically have no use and turning it into its highest and best economic potential. So what's happening right now is that they've recently deconstructed and demolished the entire mill, and they're doing all of the cleanup. There's going to be a lot of environmental cleanup that happens, and this is also going to be a part of the Newberg Riverfront Master Plan. So there's over 120 acres of industrial property, and this is all going to become high-paying jobs for people in Newberg and the surrounding areas. So there's really nowhere else nearby that's quite like this. There's a lot of potential here in this property, and it'll probably be in the time frame within 5 to 10 years that we'll start seeing some companies actually move here and create new jobs here. But this is something that's really exciting for Newberg. A lot of people have been waiting for this to happen for a long time. We still got a little bit of time left, but it's going to be a really good thing for Newberg. Many people who don't live in Newberg think of this as a small town where nothing really happens, but that's just not true. In fact, Newberg is growing very quickly as people move here from the more expensive Portland suburbs. So what I'm going to show you is some of the new construction projects that are happening. And the biggest one is right here, Crestview Crossing. And there's about 300 homes that are being put in here, in addition to a new Class A shopping center, which is going to bring in a lot of new higher-end businesses, and it's going to be great for the Newberg economy. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you get a chance to visit Newberg or move here if that's a possibility for you. If you are moving to Newberg, I am a licensed principal broker, meaning that I can help you find the right home for you here in town. Also, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up and let me know what you liked about the video in the comments. You can also subscribe to the channel to see other content like this, also information about how to buy a home, how to sell a home, all that kind of great stuff that we have on the channel. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.